Hi, everyone, and welcome back to Movie Time with Chris, the channel devoted specifically to movies, movie birthdays, movie reviews, trailer discussions, box office predictions, and some special videos along the way. Now, hey, if that sounds like something that you're into, if you love the movie discussions, if you want the trailer reactions, if you love to compete in box office predictions, if you just love movies, subscribe to this channel. You're going to get all that great content and then some. Now, today's video is going to be a little longer than previous videos that I've done, only because I have a lot to go over, but I will try to go over it quickly and keep this video as short as possible. So we're going to go ahead and start off with the movie birthdays for this week. So, looking at my notes here, jumping right into it, celebrating their 5th birthday this week, we have Extraction, Sisters, Alvin and the Chipmunks, The Road Chip, and Star Wars Episode 7, The Force Awakens. Sorry, had to take a little whew from that one. Big Star Wars fan. Moving on. Celebrating their 10th birthday this week, we have How Do You Know, Yogi Bear, and Tron Legacy. And in case you haven't noticed, I'm kind of putting these in an order of, kind of least favorite to favorite, or ones I haven't seen to ones that I have seen. And Tron Legacy, I don't care what anyone says about that movie. I really enjoy it. I love watching it. I have Disney Plus. Watch it occasionally. I mean, it's an enjoyable movie. Moving on. Celebrating their 15th birthday this week, the teenagers, we have The Producers, The Family Stone, and King Kong. And King Kong has really gotten some reboots with the whole Skull Island, and now he's going to be Kong vs. Godzilla coming out. Is that supposed to come out in 2021 or 2022? Let me know in the comment section below. But really excited for that. Again, trying to keep these short, so moving on. Celebrating their 20th birthday this week, we have Chocolat or Chocolate or however you want to pronounce it. I'm not sure how it's pronounced. What Women Want, Dude, Where's My Car, and The Emperor's New Groove. And boy, 20 years ago must have been a great time to go to the movies. I mean, What Women Want, that was just some good, what's the word I'm looking for? Guilty pleasure, fun, see Mel Gibson shaving his legs, putting stockings on, or waxing his legs, I'm sorry, putting stockings on and all that. It was enjoyable. So much so that they remade it with whatever the remake was called. I did a trailer reaction for it like 2 years ago. I saw the movie. That's how much of an impact it had on me. I can't even remember what it was called. Dude, Where's My Car? I mean, so many scenes in that are just hysterical. And Emperor's New Groove, I mean, still quotable, still enjoyable. But again, I have a lot to go over, so I'm going to go ahead and kind of just move on with this. I wanted to briefly talk about a few movies that I had seen this past week. On Netflix, I sat down, watched a movie called American Assassin. And, I'm like, okay, it's got, I almost said Bruce Willis in it. Michael Keaton, and he's playing a pretty big role in it. And I was like, okay, this is going to be an enjoyable movie. And what a letdown this movie was. I mean, I was really expecting so much more from it, and it really just let me down with the story, with everything. It just, I feel like they could have done so much, and they rushed the whole backstory of the main character to then fit it into this ending, and it just, I felt like it didn't blend well, and it didn't go well, and it just was not enjoyable. And apparently, this is based on a series of books. Um, and honestly, I don't see them doing the rest of the series with it. Or if they do, they're going to recast everyone and start from a different angle, maybe. But um, I also sat down recently and I watched Ava on Netflix. And this movie, I was like, it's got John Malkovich, it's got Colin Farrell, it's got Jessica Chastain. This movie's got to be good. And I'm watching it, and it was enjoyable. It had some really good action, good story, and I'm getting into it, and it builds up to this fight that's going to happen between the main character and Colin Farrell. Jessica Chastain and Colin Farrell are supposed to be going at it. They're both John Malkovich's students, and it was just a letdown. Also, I mean, I expected so much more from this, and the fight scene was just, like, is that the best you could do? And then it just kind of ended, and it was like, okay. I mean, they did set it up for a sequel, and we'll see if they do that and where it goes, but I really was expecting a lot more between, you know, this build up of, how good Colin Farrell was supposed to be and how great Jessica Chastain was, and then they fight and it's just like, okay. So, I don't know. So I had a few letdowns with Netflix on what I watched, but it all made up for it on Tuesday. Yeah, yesterday. Yesterday. Um, I went ahead and was able to watch Tenant. I bought Tenant, uh, digital copy, and watched it. Oh my god. Thoroughly enjoyed this movie. It was so good. Um, the acting, the storyline, everything about it was just, it was everything I expected from Christopher Nolan. And it left such an impact on me that, later on in the day I came back and I wanted to go ahead and watch it again. So I started the movie a second time and started watching it. And sorry. Um, but yeah, I mean, the movie's really good. I wanted to do a video yesterday for it, kind of play on Taco Tuesday and do like a Tenant Tuesday, but um, that didn't quite happen. So we'll see. I know that there's a channel on Instagram, Ultimate Movie Account. Tomorrow he's going to be doing Tenant Day, his favorite scenes. At 12 o'clock, he's going to be watching the movie, so you can watch along with him. But yeah, if you haven't seen Tenant, I know theaters are still playing it. It's on digital. You can go out and buy it on DVD, Blu-ray, Steelbook, whatever. Check this movie out. Even if you just rent it, it's well worth it. Um, and one more tidbit of news before I get into the big part of the video. Again, I'm trying to keep this short. We're coming up on a little over 10 minutes now. Excuse me. Starting this weekend, I'm going to be doing a new addition to my channel. This is Movie Time with Chris, but we're going to be doing an edition called TV Time with Chris. And with TV Time, basically I'm going to be focusing more on shows, whereas with the Movie Time, I focus just solely on the movies. Excuse me. But I want to do that because there's so many good shows that I watch and that are going to be coming out, and I want to be able to touch on those also. One of them being The Mandalorian, even though this Friday is the season 2 finale. Um, I'll be doing a video recapping the season and talking about the finale. Uh, and starting January, there's going to be a bunch of shows I like. Cobra Kai, new season is going to be starting in January, and I enjoy that show. And with the Disney release list that they did, there's going to be a bunch of other shows. And that's my last topic that I'm going to talk about today. I had mentioned it in my previous video about the Christmas movies, where I was going to talk about the videos that Disney's doing, um, the movies and shows with everything that they announced. I have a lot of notes here of everything because they announced a lot. So I'm going to go ahead. We're just about at a little over 11 and a half minutes, so I'll go through this quickly. But touching on like the movies, um, they're going to be doing a Hocus Pocus 2, Three Men and a Baby remake, Cheaper by the Dozen remake, Diary of a Wimpy Kid, they're going to be redoing, but animated. Um, Night at the Museum, they're going to be doing animated. They're doing a live action Lion King prequel, Little Mermaid live action, Ice Age Adventures of Buck Wild. So basically, continuing with Ice Age, just new characters. They're doing a live action Pinocchio. They're doing a Peter Pan and Wendy live action. They're doing a Disenchanted, which is a sequel to Enchanted. Sister Act 3, because that's another movie that we need. Turner and Hooch remake. Mighty Ducks, The Game Changers. I don't know if that was going to be a series or a movie or what, but basically, I mean, they're doing a few other things, but what I get from this list is the people at Disney have no imagination of creating anything original. They're just playing on everything that they already have. Um, yeah, I mean, Chippendale Rescue Rangers is going to be a movie, but it's based on the show that they already had. Uh, they're doing a Chris Paul project, Keenan Love project, basically documentary movies about athletes, and Jungle Cruise might be the most original thing that was on the list. Because again, everything else is a remake or a continuation of something that they already have, because there's no originality going on. And I covered that in a previous video that I did, again, a few years ago, um, talking about how there's just no originality in Hollywood, and people, I don't know. It was my video talking about sequels, movies that should have a sequel, but unfortunately, we'll probably never see a sequel for those movies because that would be too original, and no one wants that. So they're going to keep on with, I don't even know how you do a Hocus Pocus 2. The witches are dead. Thackeray Banks is in heaven. Is it going to be a whole new set of witches now and someone else brings them back? For that, you're remaking Hocus Pocus. Or call it something else, because it's not going to be Hocus Pocus. Um, Sister Act 3. How much more can you really do with that story to keep that going? I mean, I don't know. That's just me. But I mean, the list of shows that they have is enormous. And those are things that I'm going to be covering this weekend on my video that's going to be part of TV Time with Chris. So be sure to check that out. I'll try to do that. If not late Friday, I'll be doing that Saturday. But hey, be sure to check out the Instagram, Movie Time with Chris, where you could get like a little preview of what's to come on the YouTube channel. If you guys have any suggestions or videos that you want to see, go ahead and email me at movietimewithchris@gmail.com, where again, I'm going to be checking that email regularly. I'll be sure to get your message and the video that you want to see or the topic you want to hear about. It may take me a little while to get to it, but you will see it in a future video on this channel. And hey, don't forget to subscribe, hit the like button, ring that bell to make sure that you don't miss future videos. And until this weekend, stay safe and take care.